Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Brittany if you've never been here before, and today is going to be another one of my speedy Saturday or other day reviews. I still haven't really workshopped that name properly because I'm not sure what day of the week I want to upload these or how I want it to work, but basically what it is, it's going to be me giving you a super quick speedy review on a product in case you just want like all of the information as quick as possible and you don't want to hang out with me for like 20 or 30 minutes like most of my videos usually are. So today's video, which you already know from the title and the thumbnail, is going to be my quick speed review on the Natasha Denona Safari palette. So how this is going to work is I'm going to quickly throw on like the quickest look for you. It might look really cool, but I'm going to do it super quick just so you can see how the colors blend and perform. I'm going to give you some swatches and I'm going to give you my rating on a scale of 1 to 10 and tell you the pros and the cons. And then you can make a decision on if you want to own it. And that's going to be it. That's it. It's really simple. So before we get started, please make sure to subscribe and hit the bell. Join the Brat Pack. I put out new videos every week and I would love to have you here. It's very important. Don't be a jerk. Don't watch my videos and come back and keep watching them and not subscribe, because that's how the majority of the people do it, and it's a little rude to YouTubers, quite frankly. I'm gonna say it. Shame on you. Subscribe. And with that said, I think it's time that we stop talking about it and start being about it and get into this video. Do you want to do that? Let's do that. Let's do that right now. Right now. If you would like to see my speed review on the Natasha Denona Safari palette, just keep on watching. Okay, so in case you have not seen it before, which I'm sure you have, which is why you're looking into it, this is the palette right here. It is an all matte palette from Natasha Denona with, as I was saying, it's an all matte palette from Natasha Denona with 15 eyeshadows in varying shades of beauty, and we're gonna throw them on the eyes. So let's do that. So I'm gonna start by taking the shade Lotus, and we're gonna work that in the outer corner of the eye. So when it comes to this palette, it retails for $129, but this palette in particular is always on sale. So I believe it goes down to around $70 quite frequently. Now we're going to take that pink and sort of define the socket of the eye. Okay, we're now going to take the blue shade, which I believe is pronounced Fata Morgana, and we're going to work that on the outer corner. I personally am not quite sure as to why this palette goes on sale so much. I imagine it has to be that it doesn't perform especially well, like as far as sales go, but I personally don't really understand why, because when I look at this palette, the color story is like out of this world, but maybe it's just not, maybe because it's so colorful people are intimidated by it, or maybe because it's all matte and people want shimmers. For me, it's like a dream palette, personally. Okay, we're now going to take this shade Masai and blend between the blue and the pink to get more of a seamless blend, because blue and pink should theoretically make purple. So therefore a purple transition shade between the two just makes sense. Anyways, regarding the fact that this is always on sale, I am happy that it is, because I think it gives more people the opportunity to give it a try because of how expensive Natasha Denona's eyeshadows typically are. I just feel like, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure, spoiler alert, I like this palette. It's my favorite Natasha Denona palette that I own. I feel like this palette does what Subculture wanted to do, but wasn't able to do properly. It's like Subculture's hotter sister that actually, you know, works better for more people. Now I'm taking a little more of that pink shade Lotus. I'm just going over the whole thing for that beautiful blend. Hopefully you can see it on camera and it doesn't get all messed up because my focus is ass, but it blends together like a dream, those three. Okay, so now that we have those shades there, I'm now going to take the purple shade Masai and put it next to the blue on the lid and then the pink on the inner portion right now. So pretty. We should have something looking a little like that on the lid, which I love. Beautiful. I love that so much. Now let's pop on an inner corner real quick. For me, for an inner corner, I love the shade Malia right here. It's like a lightish pink shade. It's got a pink kind of hue to it, which I feel will go very nicely with the eye look we have going on right now. Let's go ahead and pop that in there. Just really brightening with that pink undertone. Okay, now let's pull off this tape together and get a nice little peel porn moment. Man, that is my favorite thing in the world. My God. Let's give you two. Let's give you both eyes, even though this eye looks shittier. Let's still so satisfying. Okay, so I don't want to blow out the lower lash line too much, so I'm going to blast through this pretty quickly, and I'm going to take Masai on a very little brush right here, and I'm going to put that on the lower lash line. Very close, without letting it get too smoky. Okay, now I'm going to take just like the tiniest little bit of Fata Morgana, Jesus, and hit that on the very outerest of corners. Like very outerest, right there, just so it doesn't look too disconnected. Okay, so there are the eyes. As you can see, they blend together beautifully. I'm gonna go ahead and quickly throw on some mascara, some blush, and a lip, and then I will give you some swatches and then give you my final thoughts on the palette. So give me just a second. Okay guys, so these are the swatches right here of the palette, starting at this end with the lightest first shade, that pink that we used on the inner corner, and working our way all the way down to Lotus, we used in the crease, and then the rest of the bottom row. So those are the colors there. I think that it's a gorgeous palette, obviously. I think it's got a beautiful range of matte shades that are super pretty, wearable, and unique. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and send you over to Brittany sitting on the floor to give you final thoughts. Okay guys, so those were the swatches, and this is the completed look that I created using the Natasha Denona Safari palette. I think it is super pretty. I use the shade Lotus, the pink shade that we use in the crease, as blush actually. I've done that a couple times and I think it looks really nice when I use Lotus in the crease to use it on the cheeks. I feel like it ties it all together. And then my lip gloss is Love Struck by Iconic London. So let's go ahead and get into my final thoughts and my grade and all that jazz. Now, as I already said, the Safari palette is my favorite palette that Natasha Denona has ever made. I think it is stunning. I think the shade selection is really nice. I feel like Natasha Denona does some really pretty color stories. I personally love that it's all matte. I think it is a special palette and it's unique in its color story, but it is still wearable in the tones that they chose for each particular color. So even though these are blues and grays, they're like wearable blues and grays, and this orange is a wearable orange, wearable red, wearable purples, wearable pinks. It's something that you could still wear on the daily with something really soft and easy, or go a little more intense like I did. And I feel like the quality is right up there with Natasha Denona shades, which is impressive considering these colors are difficult colors to formulate. And I mean, can you see how well that blue blended out with that purple and that pink? I haven't used blue this good before besides this one, so I think that it's really good. I think as far as quality, 10 out of 10. I love the palette. Color story, 10 out of 10. Packaging I actually really like. I think it's nice. I like the plastic packaging that she's doing. I didn't really like her big other palettes. I thought that the packaging looks a little cheap, and I prefer this type of packaging. When you factor in price, that's going to be a little bit of a tough one. If you saw my Biba palette review, I took 2 points off for the price because $129 is just so much. But with that said, since this palette is on sale so much, and it's like 50 bucks off or something when it is on sale, I'm only going to knock off 1 point because I have seen it on sale enough times that I know that if you wait this out, you'll be able to get this at a reasonable price. Let's actually see if it's on sale right now, which I bet you it is. It always is. Let's go on Sephora. Perfect. So if it's not actually on Sephora anymore, which gives me a little bit of a freak out session, but right now it is literally 50% off on Natasha Denona, so it's $64.50. So yeah, I think that it's worth it. So I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. I think that if you like the color story and you like matte eyeshadows, you're going to enjoy it. I don't think you'll regret buying it. You might get that weird like, oh, I just spent $65 feel like in your chest, but I do think it is good. And it's my favorite palette that I own, actually, not just from Natasha Denona. This is my favorite palette, period, because I think it's special, I think it's beautiful, I think it performs well, and every time I use it, I feel good. Like, this looks so cute. I'm excited to have it on my face. So that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please, again, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you can see more videos from me, because I love to do them, and the more people who subscribe to them, the more likely it is that I'll continue doing it longer. You know what I mean? Because like if nobody's watching, what's the point? I guess the point is that it makes me happy, but also it'll make me happier if you subscribed and hit the bell. So thank you for being here when you could be anywhere else in the world. You are literally the best, and I hope to see you in my next video. Okay.